Hey there, friends, it's Barb. Welcome to an off Thursday live, Buzz In with Barb live. My name's Barb Ryder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Excuse me. Coming to you from Michigan. I normally am here on Thursdays, so if you're catching me for the first time, it's actually a Friday when I'm doing this live. I had posted on the Stamp with Barb what was going on, and so it was too late to have to do anything last night, so I decided to come on live today. Sorry, it seems like it's a little bit dark when I see the picture on Facebook because I'm looking at my phone, making sure that it's here. But there is light for when I turn down the camera on my hands. So, as people are jumping on, say hello. Tell me that you're here. I am thankful that you have taken a minute to come and see what's happening in the Barb Ryder world. All right, let's see here. Hello, Sue. Thank you for sharing. So this will be uploaded onto YouTube, so if you want to come back and check out my YouTube channel, it's simply look up Barb Ryder, and that's my channel, and you'll see my logo just like you do for the Buzz In with Barb. You'll see that, and you'll have my picture, so you'll know it's me, and you'll be able to go back and watch any of these videos. As I'm doing these live on Facebook, Facebook actually deletes my videos every 30 days. And so you might not be able to find this again on Facebook. So that's why I put them on YouTube also. I have two projects for you, and I'm going to show you a little trick to using your dies and maximizing some of that specialty paper that we have. So let me see here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. It is after 7:30. Normally I'm here at 7 on Thursdays, but like I said, I wanted to come live because I wasn't here last week either, so I didn't want to miss. I did not want to miss, and I was able to get this happening for Friday. All right, let's go ahead. I am going to turn down the camera. I'm going to go ahead and grab my catalogs behind me here because I want to show you some things in there before we get started on the projects. Let me just see if I can see. Nope, I can't see that. Okay, let me turn this down to the projects. First of all, we're going to be using some of the gold specialty paper. Now, that specific paper can be found in our annual catalog, and it is on, let me get over here, page 115. We have gold and silver. There's two 12 by 12 sheets, $5 for gold, $5 for silver. So, which way you're going, we have a lot of great papers for the holidays that have the gold specks in them, the gold flickings or speckles, whatever. There's a lot with the gold. We don't have a lot with silver. Actually, I'm not even sure we have any with silver, but silver works good with a lot of different colors. So we're using some of the gold paper tonight. And then we are featuring the Branching Out bundle. And this bundle is in the September to December mini catalog. If I can, well, I've got it turned around. But anyway, here is the page. It is page 50. You will find some samples and then the dies and along with the stamp set. So the bundle itself is $47.50. It's 100+% worth it, you guys. These dies are amazing. So I'm still working on projects in between the time frames that I have available, because I told you back a few videos ago, I can just see some different things with this, not just using it for kind of wintry with pine cones. So anyway, you have great sentiments here, whether it is for holiday or fall or whatever. So yeah, this is a great one. All right, we're going to start out with that. So I'm going to put this over here to the side. And this is the actual stamp set. And then I have my dies in here. these are all the dies. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dies shaped with the stitching along with the same shape, I guess, so that they can interlock, and I'll show you that in a second. Then you have a pine cone, and you have this little sprig, and then these are like, I had done a project using this back a couple weeks ago, and then kind of like a pine cone sprig that you can cut out, and then this fun guy here. So anyway, there, I've die cut this one out so you can see what it's just in here. You can see what it looks like there. All right, so we are using this stamp set. I already got my sentiments on the block, so I'm going to put this over to the side. Now, here is the gold. This is, hello Lynn, hello Jan, welcome you guys. Hi June, thanks for being here everybody. This is what I was talking about, how you can maximize your gold and get more for, you know, use that specialty gold paper with these dies. They're amazing. So what I've done is I have cut a piece of gold at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and well, let's bring these dies back in here. So what I've done is I have taken, let's see, is it this one? Nope, that's the smaller one. I think it's the largest one, so the largest die, and I have cut, I took that and I laid that and I centered it onto 4 by 5 1/4. Alrighty, so I centered that on 4 by 5 1/4. Then I went to the third, let's see, is that the, yeah, the third one, third largest, if I can get it out of here. And I took that one and I laid that down and I cut that piece. All right, so I have the outside, this framing, and this solid piece. So I've got 3 cards I can create out of a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of the gold foil. So let me grab these up and put the dies away back in here. Okay, so let's make our first card, and we are going to use this outside piece. Okay, so here's the 3 pieces taken apart. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. We're going to use this one for our first card. The first card is going to be using Early Espresso, and let me get my stuff over here out of the way. Who else has joined? For some reason, my comments have disappeared on my live. So let me see if I can see them over on the side here. And it doesn't seem like... There they are. Thanks, Jan. I'm glad I'm back too. I'm looking. I can't see the comments on my phone, but I can see them on my, let's see if I can get back in here, see if it comes up. There they are, finally. Phew. All right, good. Okay, we got them back. So we're going to use this piece first. We're going to use Early Espresso, and here's what I have. I'm going to grab out these pieces. I have the vanilla, some vanilla envelopes using with my vanilla. This vanilla piece is for the inside, and it's basically 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. That's for the inside. I have a piece of designer paper. Now this designer paper, you've got this color on one side, and then you have the designs on the other. And this piece is 5 1/4 by 4. I have a strip of vanilla I'm going to stamp our sentiment on, and these are my leftover strips that are 1/2 inch that I cut off when I'm doing 4 by 5 1/4 to do layers. So I have a gazillion of those. Do you guys have a gazillion of these? Then I have my Early Espresso base. This is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I'm just going to match that up and use my bone folder here for that crease for my card base. Okay, move that over out of our way. All right, so what are we doing? First of all, let's grab the silicone mat. we're going to be taking this gold and we're going to be gluing this onto this beautiful scenery. So how am I going to do that? I'm just going to take my green glue and I'm just going to put a little bit in these corners. I don't want to, you don't want to get the glue on your gold because it's hard to, you can't use the eraser little guy to get that off. It just won't come off, okay? So here we are, and then I can, I want this piece to show through the gold. So I'm just simply going to take my paper, because it's the same size as my gold. I'm going to lay this down and make sure that I'm on the gold. Alright, so there we are. Let's take this, and here we go. There is the front of our card. Okay, nice. This piece is actually going to go flat onto, I guess I should leave that here. I'm just going to go ahead and use my liquid glue again since I've got it out. And this is going to go onto my card base. Make sure I'm right side up. And let's see. This is the hard part. Am I getting, I think I'm getting it. Yeah. I think I'm good. Yeah. There we go. It's hard to see on that, but you can see the little bit of the early espresso around the outside of the gold. This is one of our cards that we did at my monthly stamping. I've changed that for anybody that's watching that's local. I have changed that to Saturday morning, the first Saturday of the month, because of it getting dark so fast, making it harder for people to drive. You know, the older we get, sometimes it's harder to drive in the evenings, right? So I have changed that. So if the weekday does not work for you, it used to be the first Monday of the month, you can check my event page. I have all my classes there, and I am updating that often with any new classes that I'm adding. Alright, let's go ahead and since I just put my glue away, this is going to go on the inside of our card. This is where I'll put the sentiment that I want to write, and that's just going to go right here for the inside of our card to write our little message. Stamping, super simple. And again, I'm using the branching out bundle. And let's see what we've got here. Thanks for joining, everybody. If you are watching the replay, let me know that as this is being recorded. So I would appreciate knowing if you're watching the replay or if you're live. So, all right, to a very special someone, and I'm just going to stamp that right in the center here with my early espresso. So this is a great masculine card, you guys. Let me grab my cleaner here. We always need those masculine cards. Now this paper, if you're wondering where this paper is at, it is actually right here on page 40 and 41 of the mini catalog, right there at the bottom. It's with a big, like a mega suite with these two stamps. I shared some of these in my Fall Fridays that I've uploaded. But here you can see some of the designs. But 40 and 41 is where you will find that designer paper. It's called Autumn Toile. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to take my scissors and let's angle this. We're going to take some dimensionals and pop this up. And just cut that at an angle. We're just gonna, you could step this up if you wanted to. I'm simply just gonna add it. I think it, guys, they're not about all the foo-foo stuff, you know. So, hi Sudavu, thank you. Let's grab, where's my dimensionals? Right here. Over here on the side. Alright, I'm just going to grab a couple of those. Now, again, you could go ahead and, actually I think I need 3 so this doesn't like sink in the middle. You could add gems to this if you wanted to. There are some good matted gems that are really good these days for the masculine cards. I think I'm going to come and bring this right, just kind of right here to someone special. Make so to a very special someone. I'm reading my own words there. Okay. So, super easy, a little bit of class, and there you have the first card using that outside piece of the gold, right? Okay, there you go. Card number 1. So let's go ahead and do card number 2. Card number 2 is, where are you? Right here. Now this card is featuring some other designer paper, and this is from the Gathering Together designer series paper, Gathering Together the 12x12 specialty paper. That's what I'm using for this next card. This is the online exclusives, so you're not going to find it in a catalog. Only if you go to my online store you'll be able to find it there. Thank you guys, I'm glad you like that. Is it too late for me to request the most recent mini catalog? Oh, not at all, Jan. I'm glad you said something because I thought you already had it, because I order those and have them sent right from Stampin' Up. But absolutely, I'll get one in the mail to you, okay? I'm sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, because I pay for Stampin' Up to send those to you. So we're going to pull out this, and I'm going to show you another little trick with the dies that are in the branching out. Okay, a couple things. Let's see. We're going to need our mini catalog. We're going to need our silicone mat, and I have. So let me show you. These are the papers that we're using. Okay, this is the specialty side. On these two, and then these are the matte side on these two. Now if I turn all these over, look what you have. Okay, here's what you have. If I turn all of those over, you have beautiful fall colors, but we're not using it for that. We are going to make a card using the more non-fall sides. That's what we're doing. So I have, first of all, we have a, for this, so our second card here is, this is a piece of vanilla, 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to glue these pieces down, and these pieces are 1.25 by 4. Except for this one, it's only 1 inch, but I'm going to start with this one so that I have more of this full pretty gold there. You can see the gold there. I was trying to get it so you can see it. So you'll see a lot of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this down, and just so I only have to cut one side, I think I'm going to match it at the top. And then right to the edge, and you'll have a little bit left over. Okay, so there's that. The next one I'm going to put down is this one here, and again we are not putting the fall side down, we're putting the more muted side down, and then that's just going to butt right up against there, go to the top and push that right up against the other piece that I just did. Okay, So it's just going to be a continual piece. Oh, I forgot. Okay. I just realized something, but it's okay. I'll bring my little mini, oh no I don't. I'll have to step away for a second because I have to cut this out. Alright, so let's get this right up against here to the edge, right there, and butt that up against that one. And then last, we've got this one here. Now, since this is the last one, I think I'm going to put my adhesive right onto my vanilla, just like that. Okay, and then this piece has some like white, I don't know if you can really see it, but it's got different tones in here. Okay, so now, there we go. There is a little bit extra here. I need to take that off. It's okay because we're going to be cutting this out. All right, so I need to grab my dies, and I want, let's see here, we're going to be using this piece right here, so I need the step down from this one. Okay, and let's see, is it this one? I think it's this one right here. This is what I want. Let me see, what's this one? That one's the same size. No, this is it right here because I want it a little bit. So what we're going to do, actually, this is going to go on top. So that's going to give me less, if I use this piece, it's going to give me less gold showing, if that makes sense. And if I use this little bit smaller one, that's going to kind of fit right in the open space. Okay? So depending on how much gold you want, I actually do think I want this size right here. So we're going to go ahead and cut that out. I'm going to have to step away for a second because I don't have my die machine where I can cut this out right here on my desk. So you'll have to give me 1 second. I'll be right back. So don't run away. I am still here. I just have to go to my emboss machine over here, and let's get this cut out. It just takes me a second. All right. Beautiful. So when you're done, you have, you know, this kind of piece left over, just like that. So this is just trash. Now, look how beautiful that is. And that's going to fit onto our gold. So let me put this die away. All right. So here's the second piece of what we did. Now I don't want to do this because then I'm covering up my nice stitching that matches this one. So this is going to have to go onto here. And what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm going to lay this down here like that. And instead of putting adhesive onto this, here is a trick for you, because this you can take tape, you can take mini glue dots, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to take mini glue dots and put right here so that this will hold this down. So here we are. I'm going to use my pick tool, I think, and just make it easier. Just grab these mini glue dots off. I'm going to put one right down here at the edge on this big little section that right there, just like that. And it's right at the edge because I don't want it to stick outside of my design, because it doesn't, you know, it only gives you about 1/8 of an inch on the around the edges, and I don't want sticky to be showing outside of my design. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm doing here. All I'm doing is putting these down instead of adhesive, because like I said, once you have adhesive on here, hi Carol, thanks for joining, and hi Diana. Once you have adhesive on the gold, you can't get it off if it's in the wrong spot. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some more dots right here. And again, I'm using my silicone mat because I'm kind of off the edge of my paper because I don't want too much. I don't want it to stick outside of my design here that we're going to be putting on the gold here in just a moment. Okay, so if you don't have a silicone mat, you need one. And by the way, if you are not taking advantage of the sign-on special, I encourage you to do that. It is such a great deal, whether you just want to get a good sale or whether you want to continue buying at a discount. I'm going to encourage you to do it either way. All right, here's my design, and I've got my little mini glue dots all around. You guys can see those. So now I'm just going to take this and make sure to fit it so that I have a kind of the equal all the way around. I need to push that up a little bit, just like that. Looks like I'm pretty good. And then I'm going to push down on my little mini glue dots, and that has secured my design onto my gold. Okay. Now another way you could do it is you could take this and turn it over and then maybe take tape, but then you can't see if it's shifted or anything. So that is your cure, or your what's the word I want to say? That's what you do. I can't think of the word. There is a word that is not coming to my mind, but that's what we have. That's our front design. Okay, we have a basic white, and that is 8.5 by 5.5. Let's put that there. Grab my bone folder again. Welcome for those that just joined. I see a few more joined in on us. Thank you for being here. All right, now I'm ready to go ahead and put this down. So now that I have my gold on here, all I have to do is just get myself some more adhesive on this back side so I can put this down. Okay, I just don't want adhesive on my gold because then I can't get it off. All right, so there's that. This is just going to go centered into our basic white. Now basic beige might be pretty with this too. I didn't even think about that because there's basic beige in this designer paper on this side. Okay, so there's the front part of our card. Now, we still have one more trick up our sleeve on these dies. So, this is the smallest die right here of the branching out. That's the smallest one. And it's quite big for the sentiment that I want to use. So, what I decided to do is make this smaller. So, what I did, let me just kind of put this together so you can see. All right, so I took this piece. Let me grab the die so I can give you a little kind of a visual. If I can get the smallest one here. I really need to put that on my magnet sheets, they're hard. Okay, so here's the die, right? So what I did is I decided, okay, how much do I need? So then I decided to take this die and take the die and put this, let me show you. I want to make this smaller, okay? So what I did is I took my die, I cut it like this first, then I took my die and I just figured out, okay, how big do I want this? You can make it very small. Look, you could even make it this small, this small. What you want to do is just lay this down so that you can feel it catch in the grooves. I'm actually pulling on this, and that's kind of stuck in those grooves, okay? Unless I pull super hard, but they're stuck in the grooves. So I ran that through the cut and emboss, and this is what I ended up with. So there it is. I hope this makes sense. This is a great tip. So there's the full one. I put the die on half of it and ran it through, and here is what I have now. So Look at, you can make a gazillion different sizes you doing this technique. So that is a cool tip using these dies. If you haven't tried that before, it is a great way to continue, really to customize what you want, how you want to do your sentiment, or your die for the sentiments that you have. So this one is smaller. So I'm going to, what I chose is Hello Friend. That's what I chose. Now, I know this is a retired ink color, but I don't care. I think that this is the best color they've ever come up with to match our gold without having to emboss, and that is Wild Wheat. Okay, it is a retired. I really hope it comes back. I hope it is a color that they decide they're going to keep. This is great. If you don't want to do embossing, this is the best color to match anything with gold. So here we go. We are going to say hello, and this is a pretty big hello, which is really nice. So it's going to say hello, and then friend. Okay, so hello friend, just like that. That's going to be on the front of my card. On the inside of my card, I am going to ink this up, and it says, wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. So let's go ahead, pull in the card, and I'm going to stamp this on the inside. Ink that up. And I think I'm kind of straight, so let's go. Wishing you a day filled. Now there's some little speckles that are in the stamp set too. Let me grab my scrap paper here. I'm going to ink up these speckles. I just want to see how dark they are. Okay, yeah. I'm going to use them to give a little bit of design on the inside here. Okay, just like that. Just to give a little design around the many happy moments. Now you could actually take this and do this on the on your envelope too. Where is my envelope? I do have an envelope here. Here it is. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to use this and make some speckles on my card. Actually, I'm going to go right up the side. I think that's good. You could do this on your flap. You could, you know, put one of the designs from the card on there too. But there you go. Your address will go here. Your return can go here or on the back. Actually, I probably should have just speckled the back is what I should have done, but I didn't. So there we go. We've got a little design. Okay, now let's go ahead and put our card together. The other thing that I'm using is some of our beautiful gold ribbon that is available, and it is the gold striped. It's just called gold striped. So it is current, and it is available. It's not on back order right now, but it's really beautiful. It goes so well with this paper. So when you're done using it for fall and you have extra left, use the other sides. There's some in there that would be great for masculine cards without the leaves and such. I'm just cleaning these off so that I can make sure that they are ready to go back in my case. Oh, and then speaking of, I did get a little bit of pre-order, and so I'll show you the new folders. If you haven't done a pre-order yourself as a demonstrator, right now's the time. If you decide you want to take advantage of that deal of $35 and get $125 in product, you can do pre-order. You can get some of the new stuff that's not available for all customers to purchase yet. So that's available. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to take this ribbon, and the best way I like to make these kind of fake bows that I love is I just take the ribbon and I make a loop, okay, just kind of like that. Let me move this, maybe you can see better. There you go, like that. And then I take it and I flip it backwards. So I'm kind of making a figure 8, I guess, but it also looks like a bow, right? Without me tying the knot. What I want to do is make this big enough so that it's going to go behind my sentiment here. And I need a little more loop on this, and so I need to bring this up here. It just takes a little bit, a minute to get what I'm looking for. Okay, now it's too much, so I'm gonna pull this up. There we go. That's a little more of what I'm looking for. Okay, let me pull this. So you just play with it a little bit. That's all you have to do. There we go. But when it's opposite sides, it looks more like a Z. When the tails are both on the same side, it looks more like a bow. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. I guess this is smaller than I thought then. Shorter. Okay, I'll show you what I did, what we did for our class. Anyway, that's what we're going for. Let me cut this and get it on the back so we can finish our card. I used a different stamp set for this design, but this is what we did at our first, now it's the first Saturday of the month, but our monthly club, our monthly in-person class. Okay, so that's what I want. So I'm going to turn this over, grab my tape. I've got some tape here, and I'm just going to tape this down right there. And then I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals right here. So there, here. I am going to go ahead and pop one on the ribbon itself just to hold it, give it an extra hold, just like that. Now, this one you definitely could add bling, you could add gems, but I think with how pretty the gold is on the card itself and the ribbon, and after I have that ribbon on there, I'm not happy with how it is. So I need to make, I want it to the side more. All right, let me bring there we go. I'm wanting it more kitty corner. That was my thing, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to bring that right in here. And there we go. Just like that. There. Okay. That's what we have. So there is our nice little card. You know what would go really well? We have these gold sequins. You could add those, but that's a lot of gold. So that's why I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. I'm not going to add any bling. Just hello friend, and then wishing you a day filled with happy moments. That's from the Branching Out. This is from the Gathering Together designer paper. But that's our second card. Now let me show you the one I did. I used, I can't think of the name of it, but this is what I did as an anniversary, and I just used, I didn't have this little trick that I showed you guys. I just used the stylish shapes. Not the stylish shapes, it's the other one with the banners and the rectangles in there. Happy anniversary. And then on the inside, I use the little flower. It says God bless. This is the one that has the layering folders. Let me see what it is here to show you. Where are you? Called Layers of Beauty. This is a great stamp set, you guys. This has the overlays where you use the stencils. I really haven't shown, I think I might have shown one or two things with this, but that is where I did the happy anniversary. It's a great size sentiment, but this one is using Branching Out. hello friend, right? All right. Thank you, Sue. Thanks, guys. Foil paper, yes, the foil paper is amazing on the cards. So let me grab these, and now these are the two cards, and I shared with you the really cool tip on how to, no, I didn't create a third card, but I do have this so I can create a third card. So I used 4 by 5 1/4, and then I used 2 dies, and we have 1, 2, 3 gold pieces that you can make 3 cards 3 different ways, right? So hopefully that's a cool tip for you. Let me go ahead and move these things out of the way. I am going to show you, like I said, I did get a pre-order. I have a couple things that I wanted to show you, the new folders, envelopes, whatever you want to call them, that the stamp sets will now be coming in. No more cases, okay? No more stamp cases like the branching out like this, okay? So here is one of the new upcoming bundles. It's called Pop-Up Petals, and I don't know if you can see the whole thing here, but I can't wait to use it. But they come in these folders, or these envelopes, okay? The size, you guys may have already heard all the things, but anyway, it's 9 inches by 5 5/8. That's the size of the envelope. And then on the inside, I'm trying to put this over here out of the way. This one has the stamps. This one has the dies. The dies are, you're going to see all the images of the dies. I love this. This is fabulous. But these are fold over and seal very nicely. They don't have that 2 slits that makes it difficult. But yeah, it's really kind of the same thing. You're just going to get the piece of cardboard with your dies taped on there, just like that. And the fun part too is that in these here, if you choose, you could take your dies out, put them on the back here in one envelope. So you'd have your stamp set in one side and your dies in the back side. I think I'm going to keep them separate. I think I'm just going to keep mine separate, but it's all new. I might change my mind after a while, you know. Have you guys, has anybody else got the new, any of the pre-orders yet? Just curious. This comes the same as the polymer stamps do, if I can get it out here. Just like, you know, before, you've got the skinny piece here, and then your oh, what is that? Like a window sheet behind. I saw somebody, Sherry, her name's Sherry, I can't think of the last name, but anyway, I saw that what she did is she had taken this piece off, inked up all the stamps, and she stamped them on the inside of her folder here, and then she glued this down on one side and the other. I have to watch it again, or I have to find it to watch it again, but there's so many things, so many ways that people can do these new envelopes and the way that they're going to be doing our stamps. But it's a learning process with these new things on what to do and what not to do. So I wanted to just share that a little bit so you could see it if you haven't already. But yeah, today we featured the branching out, tips and techniques on how to use that, maximize your gold or silver or specialty paper of any kind. And that's the 2 cards that we did. So I hope that you enjoyed what I had for you this evening. I'm going to go ahead and pop back up here to say thank you again for joining me on this Friday evening, is when I am live. If you're watching the replay, let me know. I'm just glad that you stopped by. All right, guys. Well, have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.